Ambassador Michael Freeman, ambassador of Israel to Nigeria, has commended the country's 30 years of diplomatic relations with Nigeria. Freeman gave the commendation in an interview with the news agency of Nigeria NAN in Abuja on the sidelines of the maiden 9-day project on Art of Friendship in commemoration of the 30th anniversary of Israel-Nigeria renewed diplomatic relations. The project, which started on January 30, would end on February 8.
This year, Israel and Nigeria are marking 30 years of renewed diplomatic relations, 30 years of renewed friendship, and we chose to symbolise that by holding an event with two world-renowned artists, one from Nigeria and one from Israel. And together they're working to produce one unique piece of art. We know that in the past there have been artists that have collaborated and worked together and each produced their own piece. But this time the two artists are collaborating to produce one piece, one unique piece that both of them have worked on, that's going to reflect the culture of Nigeria, the culture of Israel, and the relationship between the two countries and the beautiful relations. We chose art because art is such an expressive form. It allows people to talk about their desires. It's open to interpretation. It's open to possibilities. It's a reminder all the time. It lasts forever. And people, every different person sees a different opportunity and sees different potential and sees different ways of seeing that piece of art. And that's the way we see our relationship.
In separate interview, Israeli artist Amitai Sadvosky commended the project initiative to be designed for Nigerians to know more about Israel and for Israelis to know about Nigeria.
It's very important to know, not as a tourist, but in person. So this one, and this is not just knowing also from the media, but knowing from person to person. So it's very important for me to know Peju and to know many other artists I met here as well, and to share ideas, to share thoughts, to share material even. The industry or the techniques, for me, they're not so important. I mean, it's all, you can learn it by media, or it's not really, this is what the major thing. The major thing is to study about the history that we both have, very similar histories. The Jewish Israeli people were also colonized for 2,000 years already, and we just less than 75 years we are in Israel. Both came back, the Jewish people, after an exile of more than 2,000 years. And I think that the art can really benefit from this history and from the experience of both countries.
For her part, Nigerian artist Layiwola described the project as unique, saying it would foster exchange of ideas by people to people between both countries.
And I think this is so unique in the sense that we're not doing separate pieces, we're working on the same platform. So both of us are creating work on the same platform, which is a very unique experience. And I think it's the first of the kind, really, if you think about how artists work. You know, people say that artists are eccentric and they like their own space or their own spaces. And I think that we have come together as one to synergize our ideas and create this work, which will be auction. It's also a platform for us to exchange ideas and techniques about artistic production. And this, for me, is a learning curve, just like she's learning from me, I'm also learning from her. And also, not just, it goes beyond us as artists, it also is inclusive of our own sphere of influence. Our students are also part of this, they're learning from what we're doing, we're sharing with them.